Welcome back to the Pokemon Black No Experience playthrough. Last time, the plot just got real. Team Plasma awakened Zekrom at Dragon Spiral Tower, and we were powerless to stop it. Now, our only hope is to head to the Relic Castle and just pray that there'll be something in there that'll help us combat the force of an Uber. So, let's get going. Back into the desert. Yeah, didn't think we'd be seeing this place again, did we? There actually were a couple of trainers here that I dodged without battling, so I'm gonna have to dodge them again. See ya. At least it's not Pokemon breeders. Actually, I've got a lot of practice at dodging trainers with dodging the stupid breeders in, yeah. In case you need healing items, there's a vending machine over there. Again, vending machines in deserts. A brilliant idea. Now, let's head on over here. Unfortunately, we have to go through the sand to get through here. But, let's head on into Desert Resort. Once again, it's nicer than your average desert, in the, same sense that, I'm trying to think up something here. In the same sense that getting hit by Fire Blast when you are a Scizor is somewhat nicer than getting hit by V-Create when you're a Scizor. Not like the V-Create situation will ever happen, but, oh wow! Stunfisk can't run from things 12 levels lower than it. Really? That is incredible. That is absolutely incredible. Yeah, like I said, probably not best to put Stunfisk at the head of the party here. Yeah. Phew, that was annoying. And there was a Maractus too, one of those Pokemon that I don't like very much out of Unova. Just didn't really seem to be much point to Maractus. We already had a Cactus Pokemon, and Maractus wasn't really that good. So, anyway, if we can find where the actual Relic Castle was, walking through the desert blindly, though, nope, not there. Where is it? Oh, we've gone too far. Yes, we've gone way too far. Whoops, we need to head on over much further to the other way. Here we go. When you see these Darmanitan statues, you know you're here. So, oh great, we've got another rival battle, don't we? I'll see if you're worthy to challenge Team Plasma. Actually, no. Fortunately, Cherry is nice enough not to battle us here. Well, I have been here before, you know. You know, same here. Stupid not being able to run from level 20 Maractus. I'm surprised that Maractus aren't extinct, given the fact that they actually take damage from their natural environment. Anyway, there is something we can do here. Remember the Rage Candy Bar the ex-Team Rocket guy's wife gave us? Apparently, these statues really like Rage Candy Bars. If you give one to the Pokemon statues, then, surprise, surprise, the Pokemon statue is actually a Pokemon. Yep, it was a Darmanitan. And, of course, it attacks us. You know, kind of reminds me of Sudowoodo and Snorlax like that. Use an item, and they attack you. This here is Darmanitan, the evolved form of Darumaka, and a very, very, very good Pokemon. Seriously, one of the best Pokemon to be brought out of this new generation. It has a freaking 140 base attack, and not that bad speed either. It also can do this. Yikes, this is going to be bad. Belly Drop. Gives itself an instant +6 attack at the cost of cutting its HP in half. However, there's something special about this Darmanitan. Once its HP goes down to half, something interesting happens. The Sandstorm wants to do it. This Darmanitan has its hidden ability of Zen Mode. Whenever a Darmanitan with Zen Mode gets reduced to less than half health, it turns into this thing, a strange Daruma thing, which actually gives it totally different stats. It's now incredibly slow, has ridiculous special attack instead of physical attack, and has great defenses, which are kind of ruined by the fact that it's only got half of its max HP. Shame that. But anyway, it also has, yeah, because it's got less attack, it's not actually going to be doing that much damage to us, even with its Belly Drum boosted attack stat. Now, if I can't catch this thing right now, I am probably screwed, because it now has +6 attack. Hopefully, though, I will be able to get it in this Dusk Ball. And a Darmanitan will be a very powerful ally, although Zen Mode is a little, yeah, it's a bit of a weird ability. Apparently Smogon actually is just downright baffled at what tier to put Zen Mode Darmanitan at, because it's just too confusing. Like, Really, the main thing I've actually seen it be useful for is in rotation battles, in Trick Room teams rotation battles, where you can have it use Belly Drum, instantly get itself into Zen mode, and then pound the opponent with massively powerful physical and special attacks. Again, that's the main use I've seen for it. It would have been a lot better if Darmanitan had the ability to go straight into Zen mode from full HP. Anyway, I'm going to call this thing Titania. The reason for that is it's female, and, well, I guess it's red, like Titania's hair, but also the fact that Darmanitan's name might actually come from Titan. The thing was, Darumaka kept its Japanese name, and I always thought that Darmanitan would also keep its Japanese name, which I actually really like despite the fact that it's an untranslatable three-way pun. Oh, every translator's joy. Basically, its Japanese name is Hihi Daruma, which comes from Hi for fire, Hihi, which is baboon, Hidaruma, which means covered in flames, and Daruma, which is, well, Daruma. I probably haven't explained what a Daruma is, have I? They're basically those red Japanese dolls that you have to colour in one eye of them, and you colour in the eye when you set yourself a goal, and once you achieve that goal, you colour in the other eye. They're sort of a symbol of not so much good luck as goal setting and striving to fulfill your dreams. Also due to the fact that they're made so that if they get knocked over, they go back up again. They're sort of those weighted balancing toys that automatically balance themselves. And that's seen as a symbol of rising again after misfortune. So, kind of interesting. The other interesting thing that I actually didn't know before is that Darumas are in fact named after the founder of the Zen sect of Buddhism, which makes the ability name Zen Mode make so much sense. And I can't believe I didn't know that before. So anyway, we have to fight Team Plasma once again. Who here was surprised by that? I didn't think so. So here we go, once again Team Plasma battles. Oh yeah, once again the whole you're cruel to Pokemon thing, blah 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 blah. Yeah, these people are all like, yeah, hey, humans are using Pokemon as tools. Now go fight them, my living weapons, and be my tools. Yeah, Team Plasma may as well be called Team Hypocrite, but anyway. And you might have seen before that I was taught All Ice, finally, the Frost Breath TM. It only has 10 PP though, which is annoying. Now, hopefully this Acid Armor is going to protect me a bit against physical attacks. Not that much, because its physical defense is still very, very, very low. As you'll see, yeah, still did quite a bit there. Another Acid Armor. And how much does that do? Alright. I don't think we need a third. Let's go for the Frost Breath and see what this actually does. Kind of a long animation, but yeah. So get used to seeing that a critical hit message because it'll always play and Oh, cruel, cruel irony. Oh, wow, that was great. Thank you for that. Even though that was painful, thank you, that was amazing. Oh, the irony. Oh, I'm almost crying after that. Oh, and great, just when I need to use ice moves. Still, I believe my bug moves are still super effective against you, so this should be pretty fine. Eat X-Scissor. And one shot, good. And I believe this guy doesn't have anything more after this. Oh wait, no, he has more. 2 Crocoroks, okay. And this one did not have Intimidate. Yeah, when you're facing these online or anything, you gotta watch carefully. If you don't see Intimidate go off, you know it has Moxie, and that can be very, very bad, because, yeah, Moxie means that once it gets the streak going, it will just keep, its attack will just keep rising, and that, yeah, will pretty much steamroll your whole team if you're not careful. So, first member of the gauntlet down, and let's just go ahead and revive all ice after that. Yeah, standing still in... Alright. Standing still in the middle of quicksand is totally a safe thing to do. Not to mention that real-life quicksand actually does not work like video game land quicksand. But, still, I guess real-life quicksand doesn't really make for a good, video game obstacle, so, yeah. I mean, like, let's not even go into video game lava, which, you know, real-life lava would probably kill you from the heat just by you standing close to it, but tell that to Team Magma, especially the guy whose ear was burning. So, yeah, just walk right into this, and we get a surprisingly, not surprisingly free item, because there are actually wild Pokemon down here, and the stuff we find down here is actually much stronger than the stuff we found earlier. Meet Cofagrigus, or Cofagrigus, the sad Pokemon who was a victim of their own name being censored by Nintendo. Yeah. I'm not really going to go into the details of this because it involves, saying the offending word that's contained within this Pokemon's name. But, let's just say that its name contains a certain word that's on a, word ban list. And what that meant was that Cofagrigus could not be traded online unless you nicknamed it. Eventually Nintendo realized their mistake and were like, okay, let's just fix this and make sure. And eventually they also fixed Ho-Oh and a few other Pokemon that had offensive words in their names and really couldn't help it, you know. Their names were never meant to be offensive. But again, Cofagrigus has kind of a very weird name. I get the feeling that localizers could have done something a bit better with its name, but still, it's a pretty cool Pokemon anyway. And that there was the only other Pokemon that shows up down here, Krokorok. But anyway, I've personally been waiting years for an ancient Egyptian mummy Pokemon, and we finally got one. Yeah, funnily enough, Smoggon's Create a Pokemon project actually did make an Egyptian mummy. Why am I doing that? Mummy Pokemon. Egyptian money Pokemon. Gold coin thing. Yeah, I can see the fans raging about that one if it ever gets made. But anyway, yeah, they had a creator Pokemon called Revenant, I believe. There was actually Ghost Fighting type. It looked pretty horribly broken when I last saw it, so, yeah. A lot of them seem... See, as much as I like their thing, and I like their whole idea of, you know, if you want to learn more about competitive Pokemon, then make one. I kind of feel like the fact that they do the whole stats and moveset before they come up with the design leads to some very, very strange things. And they tend to give almost everything ludicrously massive move pools. It's all like, hey, this thing needs to have a huge move pool. Like, it's just... They forget that most Pokemon don't have the luxury of, you know, being Lucario or things like that. I mean, particularly that thing, I mean, Quillowart, I believe, was one of those creator Pokemon projects that people said went horribly wrong because, it was intended to be just what they called a utility counter, or a Pokemon that could counter a few things, but couldn't do everything due to having 4 move slot syndrome, basically. Unfortunately, what they instead created was a complete and total offensive monster that just destroyed everything and was completely and utterly broken. Yeah. That was interesting, to say the least. So, another Cofagrigus. I actually will need to catch one of these at some point, because they actually, I'll find one at a high level, and this thing is a very good defensive Pokemon. I mean, you saw how well Exodia performed before. Sadly, I can't actually name this one Exodia, but anyway. By the way, don't jump that ledge. These stairs there are just a thing in case you fall down the wrong hole, so you can get back up again, basically. Hey, fall down, get back up again. I was just talking about Durham this part, and I caught one earlier on. I guess that kind of makes sense. So, while Krokorok don't actually need one of these, as much as it would be interesting, I just don't think it would be too useful for me, so I'm not actually going to catch one of these. But anyway, Team Plasma Grunt, number 3. You know, did you even listen to what your lord just said? He was all like, oh yeah, if you change the world by force, people will just resist, and that doesn't achieve anything. Seriously, team hypocrite, like I said before. And the female just started using Garboda, or Garbodor. I personally prefer calling it Garbodor. I don't know why, but anyway. This is Garbodor, the walking landfill Pokemon. And did Frost Breath just miss? Clear Smog is a very interesting move. It does damage, and it acts like it's essentially a free haze. It automatically wipes down any snap moves, so I'm not going to be using Acid Armor here because that would just be bad. Very bad. It can be really good, especially since most of the Pokemon that learn it are very defensive. Think of Weezing. It's actually a very good move on Weezing, and let's just see if this does a bit more. They're doing roughly even at this point, actually, but Clear Smog isn't doing much to me thanks to Cryogonal's great special defense. So, yeah, and weirdly enough, I actually have Haze myself, so I could be removing stat things too. The advantage of Clear Smog over Haze is it doesn't kill your own snap moves. So that's interesting. I don't think anyone likes pain. But pain is necessary. Wait a minute, can you understand Lord N's feelings? Seriously, you have completely misrepresented his entire views. Like he said, don't change the world with force. You're like, oh, let's change the world with pain. Yeah, truly, you are brilliant at understanding your Lord N's feelings. Anyway, we just got a team of Shadow Ball there. You can only obtain that by... Oh, this is the wrong one. Okay, yeah. This is what happens if you fall in the wrong thingy. So yeah. So like I was saying, we got the team of Shadow Ball, which we picked up just by slowly inching our way across one of those pits and not falling in it. Shadow Ball could be quite useful later on. It's a great Ghost-type move. Probably one of the best. Again, it's only got like 80 power or something, so... People say, oh, Ghost is going to become the new broken Dragon type in the next generation. I don't really think so, because unlike Dragon, Ghost doesn't have a 120 power stab move with no drawbacks. Well, with minimal drawbacks. Or a 140 power stab move with not that good drawbacks. And Ghost doesn't have nearly as ridiculously strong Pokemon as Dragon did, so really, when you think about it, I don't think Ghost is going to be that broken. Gengar might see a lot of use, so I don't think Gengar's OU is going to be dethroned from his OU throne anytime soon, because Gengar, I believe it's Gengar and Starmie are now the only Generation 1 Pokemon that have been OU every generation. I know that Zapdos used to hold that title, but I think he's gone, and Snorlax used to hold that title, but he's also gone down. So again, I believe Gengar and Starmie are the only two that are still there. I mean, Gengar, yeah, it kind of makes sense, because Gengar's always been a really good Pokemon. Starmie, well, Starmie's always been good too, but it's a little on the weak side, but, yeah. I remember when there was this item that, there were always rumors when the generation first began that there was this item called the Swimming Goggles that, increased accuracy for water types and put non-water types to sleep. And many people thought it would make Starmie with Trick just totally broken. Now, obviously, we have several holes here, and obviously the one that's guarded by a Team Plasma Grunt is obviously going to be the one that we need to go down. So, yeah, we're not going to fall for these traps. Let's just keep running, because Cryogonal is surprisingly fast. And just get down... You know what? I'm going to see if I can find something good here. So, cutting the footage a bit, don't want to see another one of those wild Pokemon grinding sessions now, do we? So, we can just go around, and let's find something good. Come on, something good. Come on. Yep, it's the thing I need. And it's level 37, so that's good. This is the highest level we can get this thing at. So, let's go ahead and catch ourselves a malicious mummy! Which is a reference that no one here is going to get. It comes from a fairly dodgy and very bad Sherlock Holmes game. Seriously, if you want an idea of how not to design an adventure game, go look at Sherlock Holmes and the Mystery of the Mummy, trust me. There's sort of a let's play of that on YouTube that's absolutely hilarious, so I recommend you watch that if you like bad games. If you like laughing at bad games. Among other things, it features someone with a ridiculous accent talking about how the mummy is trying to kill us, and things like that. It's the game's plot. It's supposed to be a Sherlock Holmes game, and yet its plot has no logic whatsoever. Anyway, this thing is using Power Split and Guard Split, two quite interesting moves. Unfortunately, Guard Split is probably going to be helping me. And making it worse, but still. Probably going to catch this thing soon anyway, but I'll talk more about those moves when I actually start using them, because they can actually be really useful when applied to the right situations, especially on a defensive Pokemon with weak attacking stats like Cofagrigus. They're kind of like Pain Split except for stats rather than HP. Yeah, so apparently, this thing is one of the more creepier Pokemon out there. It can swallow grave robbers and turn them into mummies. And they also like to eat gold nuggets, which is kind of hilarious because their white Pokedex entry says that they are completely made of gold. So does that mean that Cofagrigus cannibalize each other? That's best not thought about. Add to the fact that these things, if they evolved from Yamask, used to be human. So, yeah. So anyway, I am obviously going to name this thing the Mummy. Yes, that is how you spell it. So, part of me wants to just check this out just to see where it goes and if it leads to any hidden items. I don't think... Oh, it does! Hey! Sunstone. That is useful for evolving Cottony and Petalil. So unlike that shiny stone we found earlier, it can actually evolve some of the Unova Pokemon, which is, wait a minute, no, that thing can also evolve Unova Pokemon, I believe, Minchino, so, yeah. No, Dawnstone is the one that can't evolve any Unova Pokemon, and still, to this day, is the least used evolution stone of all of them. Of course, Thunderstone used to be the least used, but then they added Electros. And let's just get out of here, and I'm kind of rambling on. So, stupid wild Pokemon battles. Oh, look, there's another mummy. Let's just keep going. Oh, great. Okay, it's going to be a long time before we... Because the wild Pokemon just seem content to just constantly swarm us. You know, if this gets particularly bad, I might just cut here and cut to the stairs, because really, there's nothing much you need to see on this floor. And we're back. Yeah, I had to cut quite a few wild battles there, but let's get going. Oh wait, we're all the way back up here. Yeah, if you fail one of these sinkhole puzzles, you've got to pretty much restart the whole thing, but mostly just trial and error really, and just slowly slip across here and take on this person. Not sure what gender they are just yet. You do realise that you are far more qualified for the title of Foolish Trainer than I am. Yeah, you are an evil team grunt. They are pretty much the definition of foolish. I mean, if you looked up derp in a dictionary in the Pokemon world, it would probably say 1. Stunfisk, and 2. Villainous team grunts. And let's just... Oh, thank you. Which is going to do a surprisingly large amount of damage given my low defense there. Let's go and give ourselves some acid armor. Yeah, hone your claws all you want, it's not going to help. Except that you are neutralizing my boosts. Fortunately, you only get boosts 1 level at a time, and I get 2 levels at a time, so if you keep using hone claws, then I should still be ahead of you in the defense boost department. So, one more. And let's see you break this crystal now. Oh boy, that could be bad. Yeah, Slash has high critical hit ratio, and that'll ignore my defense boosts, but not your own attack boost, which will totally destroy me. Of course, back in first generation, critical hits did ignore your own attack boosts, which was kind of funny. Yeah, back then they programmed critical hits to ignore any stat modifiers, but they didn't realize that would include positive stat modifiers as well, so if you use Swords Dance 3 times and got a critical hit, you would probably be doing less damage than you would do if you didn't get a critical hit. It's kind of weird that way. Then again, first gen is just plain weird. I really don't see why people keep defending Gen 1, because they really haven't aged well, seriously. Shame about Frost Breath having low PP though. I know at least Ice Beam should have about 15 rather than 10 here. But anyway, oh, Sludge Bomb. Okay, I hope that does my special defense can take that. Oh, poison, damn it. Okay, hopefully I can survive long enough for one more turn, and I don't take poison damage that will KO me next turn. You know, I always thought it was weird how poison worked in the card game, how it, like, does damage to you between turns, quote unquote, which... Okay, good, I'm okay. How it does damage to you between turns, which means both your turn and your opponent's turn. So, it actually kind of does damage to you surprisingly quickly, and if you combine that with the new Burbank City Gym card, and Hypnotoxic Broken, then you do, yeah, ridiculous amounts of damage. Yeah, I don't really play the card game competitive, I just don't have that much money to spend, because honestly, you need to shill out ridiculously stupid amounts of money to even be competitive at that game, but I digress. Of course, I'm the one to talk, given that I actually do, kind of play, Warhammer 40,000, but, you're really paying for the, models and the painting and that, rather than any actual gameplay benefits. Then again, I like collecting the Pokemon cards too, so I'm a bit of a hypocrite there. If you walk slowly across this one, you'll find yourself an PP up. Anyway, like I was saying though, I kind of like to acquaint myself, with most of the main strategies going around in the trading card game at the moment, just because I find that interesting. And yeah, Hypnotoxic Laser is completely stupid, I also find it pretty funny that they're actually nerfing Pokemon Catcher next generation. Yep, now it's like, oh, you get to switch your opponent's Pokemon with whatever you want, but when X and Y comes out, it's gonna be, yeah, you get to switch your Pokemon with whoever you want, but only if you successfully filp a coin first. Yeah, whatever filping a coin is. But anyway, it's time for more Plasma! We have 2 Grunts here, and yeah, you can tell I'm kind of getting bored of fighting Team Plasma Grunts. But this may or may not be the last time we have to do this. Who knows? Okay, come on, Hermie the 4th, take him down. People always said that boss in Mario and Luigi was kind of hard, but I never really had all that much trouble. I haven't played Dream Team Bros yet, but I've heard that that game is considerably harder than the rest of them, and that makes me very happy. As you can probably tell that when I'm playing a, you know, self-imposed challenge like this, I like challenge in my games. So yeah, this may not be super effective. No, it's not. Yeah, fighting resists bug, and oh boy. Of course, Bug also resists fighting, so that's interesting. One of the few types that has a mutual resistant relationship against each other. That's kind of rare. So, Grunt number 1 down, and he also sounds like a generic Fire Emblem boss. And let's get Troll Dirt back in on the action, shall we? One more, and yeah, I can't really tell these guys' gender from the side. From the front, it's easy. And you, there, you are a bastard. yeah, that's pretty much the theme of this game, in that the only real villainous characters are people who, yeah, can't tolerate people with different ideals. Me, I am one who pretty much tolerates everyone except people who are like that. That's kind of the one kind of person that I would just actually openly hate. Shame there are a lot of people like that on internet forums. A lot of people. And I mean a lot. But anyway, we got to see Static go off, and that's cool. And now that you've been Static, you are now being outsped by an ugly flounder thing. Always humiliating when that happens. Oh, speaking of which though, I may not be able to pull the same trick on you because you probably have Limber. Ah, Limber's so annoying. Oh, no Limber! I spoke too soon! Nice! Oh, I love Troll Derp so much. Seriously. They're getting an award for most humorous teammate. Because, yeah, or most entertaining teammate in this challenge. Because just really, so fun using them. Again, I really would kind of like to see one of these used in competitive at some point. It's kind of funny. Yeah, like I said, you go away. Wait a second, that person said that our friend's waiting below, and I really don't think that, okay. Firstly, my second friend was still above at the time, and thirdly, one of the people standing here is definitely not a friend. The exact opposite of friend, actually. Hello, Getsus. Creepy music time. So, basically, we are working hard to resurrect Reshiram. Yes, of course we are. Oh, why does he know everything? Oh, he's just trolling us now, isn't he? Yes, so apparently we've been chosen, and we've got to bring the other dragon, but it's not here. So, he's just come here to tell that and laugh at us, basically. Yeah, stop rubbing it in. No, not my perfect IV dittos! You got a point there, Alder, you really do. Yeah, we have a bit of backstory here, and yeah, Getsus really creeps me out with how he seems to know everything about people. But basically, Alder seems to have lost one of his Pokemon to illness. Now, apparently, some materials reveal that Pokemon was actually a Larvesta. So, in case you wanted to know that, I don't think it's ever mentioned in this game or in Black and White 2. It's just said that it was a Pokemon and that it was his first one, but it was a Larvesta apparently. He is stronger than a what? So, Anna's going to show that he's better than people who bind Pokemon to their will by binding a dragon Pokemon to his will and using the force of it to... Team Plasma, you fail at logic. You always do. Seriously, you gotta give Alder credit here. Alder is pretty awesome. I mean, he may be, I guess Lance was before him, but seriously, you gotta give this guy credit for the fact that he's way out of his prime when it comes to battling, and yet he's still determined to stand up to Team Plasma. So yes, Getsus is basically staying behind just to troll us. Yeah. Oh, really? That may be the most obvious lie ever told by someone who isn't named Frank Soares. And that may just well be the creepiest line ever said by someone who isn't... You know the creepiest character, the creepiest game character who popped into my head is someone I can't mention their name because that would be huge spoilers for Ace Attorney Investigations 2, go download the beta patch now, shameless plugging. But anyway, Alder apparently is going to go to the Pokemon League and battle N. So, well, of course it bothers you to do what that guy wants. He's a guy who gets his kicks out of watching people lose hope. Seriously, what kind of sick bastard is like that? So, we apparently have to go outside, despite the fact that there's an obvious staircase right there leading to some other area that, oh, we can't get to now, because plot demands it. You just put it into words, Charon. And doesn't he want... I mean, you gotta admit the Battle of the Two Dragons sounds cool, but hey, we've got an X-Transceiver call. I wonder who this could be. Could it be Plot? Oh, hi, Professor Jennifer, you haven't called in a while. Oh, I thought it was just your silent protagonistness causing you not to answer. So apparently we've got to get to the museum right away. Oh great, is Team Plasma attacking that too? Are they trying to steal the skull again? Has Carmen Sandiego finally made her move? Probably not, but we'll go there anyway. And hey, we actually get to see another trainer using Fly, which is awesome. Is this the first time we've seen that? I don't know. Yeah, we've got to head over to the museum right now and not believe what Getzer says, obviously. So, let's go! Hi-ho! Wait, nope, not quite. Nap screen. Okay, wait. Now! Hi-ho me! Away! And wow, it's been a long time since we've been back here. This music still gives me nostalgia. It really does. So, once we get back here, plot will begin again, and somehow, Bianca's made her way all the way over here. I guess she was doing something useful off-screen. Again, you seem to have passed on your, Bianca seems to have passed on her Captain Obviousness from... Yeah, but, remember that stone from earlier? Yeah, this totally wasn't, suspicious before. You know, hey look, it's a stone they found in the middle of a desert. It's totally not going to become relevant later. Yeah, and the amazing thing is, Team Plasma raided this museum once before and completely missed the stone. Seriously. Derpity derpy derp. And as Bianca's saying, we should be lucky that Team Plasma are derps. Seriously, the villainous teams in the Pokemon series, when they're recruiting people, they must get them to do an IQ test, and if their IQ is above average, then they don't let them in. Seriously. Which is totally not gonna happen. And this totally is an ominous foreshadowing. Yeah, I guess I'm okay with that. Do I really want to take on an Uber when I'm low level? But I guess I have to. Yeah, the plot demands it. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, because in RPGs, things always go as planned. Yeah, we kinda need to... And I paused my commentary so that you could experience that epic item get fanfare. Seriously, they are really pulling out all the stops with this game. Just plot-wise. That fanfare, so awesome. Really. Don't we equip this on a Manakite and then they'll transform into the legendary dragon Pokemon? So, could anyone here secretly be a Manakite? You know, I just realized, we just met someone who was a Dragon-type trainer who looks like a young girl. That actually sounds kinda suspicious. But, anyway, ignoring that for the time being, we do know that the Opelucid gym leader specializes in Dragon types. Maybe they know something about this stone. So, yeah, and once again, Alder does his awesome flying. We'll see what Pokemon he's flying on later. But, for the time being, we're gonna have to make our way to Opelucid City and speak with Drayden. We haven't actually met Drayden before, but, yeah, Opelucid is interesting in that its gym leader is different depending on the version. The gym leader for White version we actually have met before. But, again, we'll go into that one later. Isn't that what all regional professors do? Just stay in their lab and do research? So, yeah. Wait a second, don't you need an awakening ritual to do that? Oh, this is going to turn into that Fire Emblem one, isn't it? Anyway. Oh, that's also totally not ominous foreshadowing. Maybe they have something extra for us, and they won't give us until, like, right before the Pokemon League. Oh, wait! You will need this! And then, yeah. I was trying to give it to you before, but I wanted to wait until the most dramatic moment in the plot. So, yes, Opelucid City. Well, obviously, it's all the way over from Icarus City, because that's the one area we haven't been to yet, and that's the only place Opelucid could possibly be. So, we don't really need the tips to actually go there, and even though Bianca suggests to use our town map, and these people both say the same thing as before, I like the fact that Lenora's got more role in the plot, though. She's cool. Anyway, you don't really need your town map to locate this place unless you're kind of an idiot, because, well, it obviously has to be at the end of the one route we haven't been to yet. So, here is Opelucid City. And we can get there by flying back to Icarus City. So, hi-ho me, away! And next time, we'll be heading right in that direction. See you then!